It's Math Monday in the TikTok Homeschool Conference, and today we're talking about Dimensions Math. If you've been following me for a while, you guys know that I love this math curriculum. We are on our 5th year of using it, and I have zero complaints. Let's get into it. I want to add that Dimensions Math does separate their books into A and B, A being the first semester and B being the second semester. These are the 3 main books that I get: the Home Instructor's Guide, the workbook, and the textbook. Let's talk about why I chose this math curriculum. I actually did zero research when it came to math. When I was pulling my son out of private school before school started and we decided to start homeschooling instead, the lady on the phone, for whatever reason, just kind of threw out there at the end of the call that they use Singapore math. As a first-time homeschooler 5 years ago, my mindset was, if it's good enough for private school, it's good enough for me. Here's how it works. Singapore Dimensions Math has the textbook, the workbook, and the Home Educator's Guide. This actually did not exist when we started using this, but so many homeschoolers have started using it that they created the Home Educator's Guide. This is where the lesson is found, and it's really pretty and colorful. One of the things that I absolutely love about Dimensions Math is that it has these little characters and you end up memorizing their names. They show you how each character finds the answer. So it shows you that there's multiple methods to find the answer. Here we were doing mental addition, and here is how Sophia broke down the number in her mind to get to the final answer, how May broke down the number and did the math to get to the final answer, and how Alex broke down the math to get to the final answer. And then it will go through each step. More often than not, me and my child are doing the mental math differently, but we get to the final answer, and I always tell them that is the most important thing. The workbook is in black and white, and one thing that I didn't know when I first started using this with my first son was that Dimensions Math does add a lot of work both in here and in here, so that you as the parent, as the teacher, can gauge how much work your child needs to do. So if they're struggling with something, you can have them do a little bit of extra work to get that extra practice. And if they're catching on to something really well, then you can just have them do a little less work. So you'll see here that I highlight the ones that I want them to do, and you'll notice that I crossed out a bunch of them. I did not feel like he needed to get all of this done. Again, it is for you as the parent to gauge how much they need to do. They don't need to do all of it. The Home Instructor's Guide starts the beginning with what the lessons are and what the objectives are, so what your child's going to be learning in this chapter. It also tells you if you need any materials. It also has different activities and games that you can add onto the lesson if you want to. The actual lesson planning, and I don't really read all of this stuff from the chapter opener, but I do read through here, and it has all of the answers to the textbook right on that page. Towards the end of that chapter, it also gives you the workbook answers. So this is really nice when you're checking their work to make sure they're getting everything right. So that is how you use Dimensions Math. It's pretty straightforward. When I first started using Dimensions Math, it did not include any of the manipulatives. Like, it wasn't even an option on their website to order that. But thankfully, I already had stuff. I found stuff at the thrift store. I had teacher friends that gave me things, but they do offer a pack of math manipulatives to go with your books now. So that is also an option on their website. I wanted to talk a little bit about the kindergarten math. It's been such a long time since I've done kindergarten math. I will say, I don't think I needed both the textbook and the workbook. Kindergarten, it's really nice because the textbook is colorful, but the workbook is also colorful versus the other grades where the workbook is in black and white. And so we're basically just using the workbook for kindergarten. You are able to purchase these individually on their websites. In my honest opinion, you don't need both. You could totally get away with just using the workbook for kindergarten. Oh, I also do not have the Home Educator's Guide because I can do kindergarten math. Dimensions Math is a mastery math curriculum. So what is the difference? Just like a quick overview, a spiral math curriculum, you'll learn about one thing, learn about something else, learn about something else, and you'll kind of spiral back and learn a little bit more here, learn a little bit more here, learn a little bit more here. Mastery math curriculums, we are focusing on one thing for several lessons, and it builds on top of each other until it's fully mastered. Chapter 1, numbers of 1 million, and we have 8 lessons on just that. So that's 8 days that it's going to take us to just finish that topic. My kids are required to take like the standardized testing at the end of the year, and my child scored above average. He was scoring above the 3rd grade level, even though he hadn't even finished his 3rd grade math curriculum yet. It definitely shows to prove that this is an excellent math curriculum. If you want your kids to be really good at mental math, this is the math book for you, which to me personally is super important, because how many times do we have to do mental math? My math skills have improved because I've been doing this math with my kids. Who is this best for? Different style learners. And I do think that this checks off pretty much everything. It has very good visual pictures for your visual learners, as you can see here. It is hands-on if you have the math manipulatives, whether you purchase it from their website, the packet of math manipulatives that they have, or you have them yourself at home. With the math manipulatives, this is excellent for hands-on learning. I would say this is teacher-led. When you're doing the textbook, it does not take long. I take maybe 15 minutes to do the lesson part with my kids. I like that it also has the independent work in the workbook. If you're looking for something that's not super teacher intensive, this is a good one. If you don't want any teacher-led curriculum, this is still a good option because they just came out with video lessons. I have not personally used them. I just know that they exist, and if you try them, let me know, because I have considered it for 5th grade. Like a light load on the teacher, but also very independent when it comes to the workbook. Here are the characters in kindergarten, and here are the characters in 4th grade. They grow up with you. So stinking cute. So that is Dimensions Math. I hope that my love for this curriculum shows in this video. If you have any specific questions when it comes to Dimensions Math, please feel free to ask them in the comments, and I will definitely get back to you. If you want to see something specific inside of the curriculum, please let me know, and I will make a video showing you whatever it is that you want to see. We really love this math curriculum. I have seen my children truly understand math, understanding the concepts, understanding the numbers, understanding the breakdown. And I don't remember learning math like that. Absolutely 10 out of 10. I will use this math curriculum for as long as I possibly can.